Why am I being pinpointed in for something again? I haven't done anything. I haven't withheld anything from anyone. All I'm trying to do is find my bloody fiance who someone's picked up and moved. God knows where and God knows what situation she's in.
Well,
You're picking on me for not, telling you that I was sitting talking to a bloody boss? Where the hell is she?
where is she? You tell me.
The Indrani Mukherjea and Sheena Bora case has to be one of the most frustrating ones for those especially glued to their screens, as primetime news channels covered every single developing lead. A missing case of a girl that becomes a murder case and uncovers relationships within a family dynamic that could give the Lannisters from Game of Thrones a run for their money. What's also insane about this Netflix documentary that is dropped titled The Indrani Mukherjea Story, The Buried Truth, is uncovering facts about an ongoing case handled by the CBI. The investigating body wanted to stay the release of the series, but the Bombay High Court dismissed the CBI's plea. What more or less comes across as a PR attempt to present Indrani Mukherjea as a victim of a vicious media and public trial, labeling her a witch, vamp and a money-hungry social climber, actually turns out to prove exactly what she wants to discredit. In hindsight, the 4-episode documentary showcases a very heartless picture of a mother accused of eliminating her own daughter, not developing an ounce of empathy within you as a viewer. The reason why I had become so obsessed with this case was because of the coverage and investigative journalism executed by Arnab Goswami when he was a part of Times Now. Primetime News TV would be covering each key detail about the case, but more importantly, released the damning phone conversations that were recorded by Sheena's fiancé Rahul Mukherjee, as he tried to extract information from Indrani and Peter immediately after Sheena's disappearance. Conversations that clearly showcased a man in love, desperate in wanting to know about her partner's whereabouts, while the mother and stepfather are constantly evading and stalling rather than panicking about their daughter's whereabouts.
It's so convenient. As soon as you land in Bombay and you get home to Worli, oh, you're downstairs and Rani's upstairs. Oh, there happens to be a call from Sheena, which just suddenly finalizes all of this, right? Just after you've sent me the message. What am I just? Come on!
The documentary tries to establish Indrani Mukherjea as a self-made woman, a business tycoon in the media world, the daughter claiming her to be the smartest woman in the world, who came from nothing. And the more you read about the creation of INX Media and the several ongoing cases that are slapped on its foreign investments and the accusation that those in positions of power siphoned off a great amount of wealth prior to their exit, you can clearly tell how much of her image was a carefully crafted PR attempt versus having any depth or credibility. What's hilarious is that Indrani in the documentary dismisses all criticism of her business acumen to be an extension of her simply being a woman and an outsider. But these are all deflections and safeguarding her own incompetence as a media baron who rode the coattails of her husband. What's insane about the case and something that I discovered while watching the documentary was that there was an identification of a body in Raigad that was eventually buried, and that there was not even an accidental death report or missing case filed regarding the same in 2012. A casual radio silence regarding a body from 2012 to 2015 develops the doubt that there may have been people in positions of power trying to delay the process of finding Sheena Bora. A delay of 3 years as a person just vanishes in thin air with little to no development from investigating agencies is rather suspicious. What also becomes very clear, and you may disagree with me, but Indrani Mukherjea really had a way in identifying the most naive individuals as husbands, who are easily swayed by her conviction. Much like Lady Macbeth at play, as the husbands follow every gaslighting technique flung their way. Even after watching 4 episodes of this documentary, I still have not understood what Indrani's second husband Sanjeev Khanna, the father of Vidhi, was doing in the same car during the time of the alleged murder of Sheena Bora. The way she has taken her ex-husband Peter Mukherjee, a widely recognized and celebrated businessman, for a toss, a man presumably so oblivious of her family background and personality, it still boggles my mind on whether he was just a man blinded in love or genuinely withheld information as a co-conspirator. A missing woman is claimed to have gone for higher studies abroad while her passport is found in India, a time where individuals can be identified so easily no matter in which corner of the world. This insinuation by Indrani's legal team that Sheena Bora may still be alive is so ludicrous and hilarious. While the one concerned about Sheena's whereabouts about seems to be only Rahul Mukherjee, her actual parents could not care less or even have a tinge of anxiety that she may not be alive. What comes across even worse in the documentary is when Indrani and her lawyers are found to be stumbling on what exactly they want to say on camera. Several times either Indrani is told to relax, stop, or Indrani is found telling the lawyer to use another statement or keep it vague. Indrani claims that Sheena is the child born out of the abuse she faced from her own father. She is presented as a victim of abuse who fled her own house due to the horrifying circumstances she was subjected to. What doesn't really add up is that Indrani leaves both her kids with her parents in Guwahati as she joins the elite circles of Calcutta. Surely if you thought that the house where you were abused was not safe, it is not bound to be safe for your own children, who you left for most of their young life. Indrani does come across as a total narcissist in this documentary, claiming her existence to make women uncomfortable and always having a fire in her belly to achieve more. She constantly shows photographs of the likes of her first children having a great time in foreign locations, trips that she funds herself but was never a part of. She equates the financial support she provides for them as doing enough as a mother, while never being physically there with them. It highlighted clear sociopathic tendencies of equating money as the warmth of a mother. The defense of Indrani's legal team seemed so vague and weak that it never brings enough information for you ever even in the slightest believing the theories that Sheena may still be alive. The coincidental recce that Indrani did in Raigad the day before Sheena's disappearance because she is supposedly interested in agricultural property. The dismissal of the DNA match of the body found and that of Sheena Bora. The constant attempts at labeling Mikhail as medically unfit and pointing towards random misdemeanors of Rahul Mukherjee, including the use of cannabis and car tickets, so as to insinuate that he can't be trusted. Every time someone says something credible, their defense is कि ये गांजा फूकता है.
अगर आपको याद होगा कि कोर्ट में राहुल मुखर्जी ने ये भी एडमिट किया था कि उसके घर पे पुलिस की रेड हुई थी यूनाइटेड किंगडम में, वहां पर गांजा पकड़ा गया था, वो गांजा की खेती कर रहा था, 6-7 पौधे वहां पर मिले थे उसके घर पे, जिसके चलते उसको शायद डीबार भी वहां पर किया गया था गवर्नमेंट सर्विस से. उसके बाद वहां पर ट्रैफिक वायलेशन थे, उसका लाइसेंस भी वहां पर रद्द किया गया था.
Nothing again is more damning than Rahul's phone conversations and the constant urgency he showcases in wanting to know where Sheena is, while Peter and Indrani constantly evade his questions. How Indrani's legal team believes that the public would accept Sheena to still be alive, presumably in Kashmir like she is Dawn from 1978, still boggles my mind. The sorry attempt at emails and messages being sent after her disappearance seem like a sorry cover-up of a grave crime. The constant attempt by Indrani in the documentary claiming not to be perfect but still a good mother will make anyone's eye roll. Seeing the visuals of Indrani looking in the distance and Vidhi doing yoga in Goa while supporting her mother, and just a few minutes ago saying that she called her Lucifer for the longest time, gives a real bizarre connotation to the case that has just a bunch of unreliable narrators. If the intention of the documentary was for us to believe that Indrani has been misjudged and was a victim in the court of public opinion, then the documentary has done nothing but further solidify the doubts within people's mind that the truth was never buried and is right in front of us.